brings us to a very important point around the connection between healthcare infrastructure, insurance, and payments and financial technology. So I'd like to come now to Dr. Valentine Obi. You know, the cities of the future, we don't just build them on concrete and steel. We actually need to build them on financial services. So in your mind, what does the future of a city built on solid digital infrastructure look like? And what does it look like today in Lagos, and what are the possibilities?
Thank you very much. Indeed, we can see already that the state is actually dotting the I's properly. And I'll say this. The cities that will lead in the 21st century have three major assets, I would say. Mm-hmm. And one of them is the physical infrastructure, which is talking about the roads, the bridges, the healthcare that we're talking about, and all that. And this moves people and good, right? The second, of course, is the digital infrastructure layer, which we're talking about, the broadband, all the stuff, the cloud infrastructures, and all the stuff. And yesterday, the governor even told us he was able to launch a new data center. Now, these are infrastructure, this asset moves information. Then come to the payment. We're talking about the right banking infrastructure, the payment system, the credit system. The commissioner just talked about, the insurance part of it. Now, any city that we're going to lead in the 21st century will really have these three assets properly integrated to make sure it happens. The physical infrastructure is indeed, you must have it because that is the basis, the critical component, foundation for economic growth. And by the time we see what the state is already doing, what I believe we're doing here is how to scale what the government is already doing. Because in terms of physical infrastructure, the state is right on it. In terms of digital technology, the state is already doing quite a lot with that. And in terms of payment system, the country is already with the right technologies to drive this. So I think and I believe that this is what is required for the state to do, and the state is really making its effort to make sure this thing happens.
So do you, if I may come back, do you envisage a scenario where the commuter, I gave an analogy around in terms of their daily experience, Lagos, has one single payment channel for accessing infrastructure services, from social infrastructure to physical and transport infrastructure in a mega city like Lagos? Yes,
I do. And I believe that it must be something that have to be in the agenda of the state. If we are having proper digital identity for the citizens in the state, so that same identity can be linked properly to a system that enables you to be able to take care of anything that you wanted to do in this country, in the state, either paying for your insurance, either commuting, either, even paying for school fees. But also interesting to know this, that, we talk about commuting. Commuting is great, but in the cities of the future, or historically, cities are built around commuting. In the 21st century, it's truly not going to be about commuting, but about connectivity. Because what is going to happen is, at least we know today, that the workplace is no longer tied to a physical location. So people are not going to actually be commuting that much. People can stay right where they are and do a lot of quality stuff. Which means if our digital connectivity is in place, many of the commuting challenges also will be solved. But answering your question, I believe that that can happen. You have one digital identity which you can use for all kinds of payment within the
Fantastic.
Within the state.